Hello. Today I wanted to talk about selling. This video is unplanned. I was doing something else and I got inspired to do a video about selling, so I can get deeper into the feeling of it, if you will. Um, um, I was looking at what selling is. Okay, well, I was looking at convincing myself that this is worth more than anything right now, and me learning to sell one-to-one and learning how to inspire people to buy um, my service online is one of the things that I am convincing myself to get into. And this is all inspired by finding ways to talk yourself into doing something, uh, into starting a business. I don't know, going back to school. Talking yourself into doing something, because and this is not just for nice girls, but most people have the tendency to talk themselves out of their best ideas, their best inspirations, their best everything, because they allow the saboteur mind to just say, no, this doesn't make sense, it's not going to work, it's not, all this. So I was thinking of how to find a way to counter that, because this is a mindset, it's a way of thinking. And for us to counter that, we have to look at the opposite way of thinking. We have to think in an opposite way. And the opposite way of thinking is to convince yourself that this is the most important thing for you to do right now, and it's going to work. You're going to make it work, rather than talking yourself out of it. And selling is one of the things that I was looking at, convincing myself of doing. And I got as far as seeing selling as a transference of potent energy. I wrote these down, so I'm reading a little bit. Selling is a transference of potent energy. Because what I realize is that when you're selling to someone, you want them to take action. In order for them to take action, a transference of energy has to have taken place for the person to shift their state, their mentality. They have to have been convinced of the viability and at least the effectiveness of your program or your service or your product. They have to be convinced in one way or the other. They also have to see your product or your service as something that will make them happy, or something that will make them feel good. And they also have to see you yourself as an extension of that. They have to see your product and your service as an extension of you. What I'm trying to say is that if you let's say you're selling insurance, maybe life insurance or whatever, and you go from door to door selling this, and you're selling to people who you expect have excess amount of money, have like disposable income to buy your insurance. If you go to their homes and you look crappy, you look dirty, you look dirty, you look unkempt, you're smelly, and maybe your energy is low, and you yourself you don't look like somebody who feels good about themselves. You don't feel like somebody who feels good about themselves. They're not going to buy from you. It doesn't matter what you say, it's the energy behind it. And yeah, that's how I see selling as a transference of energy. You're transferring the energy of your own what would I call it? Your own body, is it your the energy of your aura with your words, with your body movement, and also with your conviction, the conviction that you have behind your words, um, and the way you express yourself. The what I mean by that is the way the energy behind your expression. I mean, is your expression, is it weak? Is it like are you trying to make what you want to say? Are you trying to make water it down? So that it doesn't, it's not that strong, or so that it doesn't really affect people? Or are you willing to just let it be what it is? So there's a lot of things that are happening, and I wanted to look at the source. Like you all know that I like to look at the how this must have worked in the spiritual realm. Uh, and I was thinking we must have been sold as spiritual entities, as non-physical entities. We must have been sold a good game to come to this physical 3D world. Yes, the purpose of us coming um, was to see the unfolding of our creation, was also to expand, um, and also to enjoy the physical 3D experience, to enjoy being in a physical 3D body, and to have physical 3D toys that include other people, stuff, goods, other things that we play with in this physical 3D world. But that idea, the idea of that must have been so intoxicating. It must have been so euphoric that we could not resist. And this is where the selling must have happened. I don't know who started the selling or who ended it, but I know that we we were sold on coming down to the physical 3D earth. Even if it's just a knowing, even if it's like a knowing that we knew that we're going to enjoy this experience, and we're going to expand, it's still a form of being sold to, because when you are in a state where you haven't experienced something yet, but you can imagine in your mind how it's going to be like, then you're selling it to yourself. So selling is still involved. You're trying to entice yourself. You're trying to convince yourself that this is the best thing ever. So in that case, I see selling as it's also a spiritual experience, and it must have existed in the spiritual realm before we came. I'm not exactly sure. Let me not say that. I think the way other non-physical entities aspire to come to this 3D world is through selling. I think somehow they feel our joy or pain. It can be any experience. It can be any emotion. They feel the depth of our emotions while we're here, And that's what convinces them to also want to come here, want to come to this physical 3D world. I don't know how that happened, but I just like kind of felt that's how other non-physical entities feel so they feel so feel such desire to come to this physical 3D world, to experience the physical 3D experience, and they feel it through our experience here on earth. The depth of the emotions that we feel, I think they feel it back, because our part of the greatest part of us is still non-physical. And as we feel deeply our experiences here on earth, the non-physical entities that are still in the non-physical realm, that's how they come to this earth. This is gonna take me into sex, because yeah, when a man and a woman have sex, there's an intense feeling there for both of them, and and it's embodied with feeling good, feeling pleasure, being present all at the same time, being in alignment, their thoughts, having a short desire that they quickly manifest, which is reaching orgasm. And the intensity of their feelings is what pulls the energy of a baby, and in that moment, the non-physical entity that is a baby, that is in the non-physical realm, gets pulled into this physical 3D earth experience, and grows in the woman's belly, in the woman's womb. So yeah, I went off selling, didn't I? Started talking about feelings and emotions, the intensity of feelings. But yeah, what is it? Selling helps me embody such body. Yeah. So selling is not just talking. Selling is also embodying intense energies behind what you're saying, and how you express yourself, to the point where you're able to cause a stir in an audience, to make them take action, so that they move to another realm, or you have a shift. It's like having a sales call, yeah, like having a sales call, point by point by point, is a nothing is left to chance, and everything that is said is yeah, nothing is left to chance, and everything that is said is left to is potent in its own right. It's like yeah, it's like a constant, giving of energy, giving of potent energy until the person on the other end makes a decision to take action. So what you're selling, you really have to, believe in, and you just have to be in full expression, in the fullest expression. You have to be able to fully express all of you and not hold back on anything, not hold back on any emotion. Okay, I don't really, I think that's all. Yeah, selling is a transference of energy. Yeah. So it's really, yeah, it's not about just making a sale. It's the process itself, the process of you um, uh, triggering a change as you so selling is not subtle then. Selling is not subtle. It's not a subtle thing. Cannot be subtle, yeah. Because the triggering cannot be achieved in subtlety. Now, it doesn't mean that it has to be like overly loud and overly, obnoxious. Well, okay, let's not say obnoxious, because then we're judging it a little bit. It doesn't mean that it has to be like just, I'm going to use the word loud. It just has to be potent. You can say one or two things, and they would be as potent. They'll be more potent than somebody who says a lot. It's learning how to deliver potent messages. Yeah. Selling. The part of selling is learning how to. Yeah, being more potent. It's not about the loudness. It's about being potent, being able to effect a shift, or trigger a change of emotion, or a stirring of emotion. Yeah. And that is achieved by potency. It's achieved, yeah, through strong energy, potent energy behind your words, potent energy behind the video, potent, yeah. It's being unapologetic as being, yeah, potent. All of those things, all of the things that we turned away from. All right. Anyway, this is what I have for this video. I'm gonna make another one. Not of this, of something else. I'll see you soon.